Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Natural Physique podcast. I am one quarter of your favourite coaching team, the Butcher. Today we've got Finn, we've got Josh, but sadly no Noah, as he's at the airport, isn't he?
His flight's delayed again.
Yeah, he's
Mate,
got another delayed flight.
that's a good intro. I think you actually should start doing it instead of Josh.
Oh, fuck you.
I can just lock in really well. For those people listening, I was panicking about 5 seconds before.
Yeah, I just clicked record and said, Matt, you intro.
I was about to actually say, good evening, mate, welcome back to your check-in. So I'm just so used to saying
I'm so bad for that. I'll voice note Finn to give him my check and I'm like, hi mate, thank you for sending your clips. Hi mate, how you doing? And I'll start talking with my kind of coach intro. Yeah, brutal for that.
So yeah, this evening it is just the three of us as Noah is currently in Luton.
He's been updating me all day.
I think he wanted to go train when he got back to Glasgow.
He still says he is. I said to him, I was like, mate, you do not need to train. Like if you're landing at 9, 10 p.m, just go home and go to bed. And he's like, I really want to train. I'm like, I'm not going to stop you, but if I were you, I'd go home and go to bed. Yeah, he said he's going to go to Pure Gym. He's going to Pure Gym.
Oh.
What a G.
In which case I put, please don't rush and get injured doing new movements in Pure Gym. It's like, it's one of those, isn't it? He's in that headspace of like, I need to do it, I need to train, and it's like, I get that. And if you really want to, he did have a high day yesterday, so he's probably thinking, I want to use the food I've had. I do get it. And I'm not stopping you from training, mate. If you want to train, go for it. But you don't need to. Like, if you want to just get home and get to bed, please feel free. So we'll see what time he gets back. But yeah, busy weekend for us all. How are you feeling, boys? You feeling tired? You feeling okay?
Feel mega, mate.
You're always tired, man.
I know. I think I look like shit.
Wait, I didn't want to say it to you on Sunday, but you walked up to me and you were literally yellow. Your face was white and yellow. I was like, he looks like he's about to die.
I felt like I was actually. I
knew you were battered, so I was just like, you're right, and you're like, yeah. I was like, Sam. Right.
I just needed time to compose myself because there was just it was like travel issue, and then I finally got there and I was like, okay, show's about to start, and I was just like, I just want to 10, 15 minutes by myself here just to chill out and then I'll be alright. But I had 3 monsters and a coffee and that kept me going pretty well. So,
and you had some very good results.
And some fantastic results. It was good. I think when you start having conversations with people on those show days and you catch up with them, you're like, oh, this is pretty good. This is why I came to the show. And then it perks you up a good amount. So I was seeing posing clients, I was seeing people just through Instagram that I haven't seen in absolutely ages. So it's good just catching up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. I had 2 cans of Monster. That's a PR for me in the one day. That's late.
I haven't had a Monster in... I don't think I've had one this year.
That's sad.
I don't have them in my normal routine.
I'm scared to ever have one again. I feel like I'm so healthy because I don't have them. But I keep looking at because we've got Ghost and different stuff in the fridge. Every time I see someone buy one or every time I walk past the fridge, I'm like, oh, I'll definitely have one post show. But because I'm in this habit of just not having them, I don't want
to keep it going.
So, yeah.
I'm always in a bit of a indecisive kind of mood when I'm on a rest day. And a Monster would help me get through my work here, but I'm not training. Be a fucking pussy.
You don't like coffee, do you? You don't like coffee, do you?
No.
See, I love a coffee, so on my during peak week and stuff, I just have decaf coffee and non-stim pre. During yesterday, for example, because we got back quite late, I went to bed a bit later, so I woke up a bit later. But then I knew I needed to be in bed at 8:30, 9 because I was waking up early for today. So I just have decaf coffees. I know if I have caffeine, I know I'll not feel tired come 8:30 when I need to be in bed. So I just have I had 3 decaf coffees yesterday, and I was like, feel great. Obviously, I can tell I've not had the caffeine, but I kind of still get the taste and the smell of it if I have.
I was gonna say it's somewhat of a placebo. Having that there, you have the coffee, it makes you feel like you normally would do when you have the coffee. Yeah, I don't know. Caffeine wise, I feel like most people shouldn't need to be. I know, obviously, Matt, you had 3 monsters because you had fuck all sleep and your flatmates were
4.5 hours sleep and then into a 4 o'clock wake up and a load of travelling. And to be fair, I do really well. See, on those days, I don't have caffeine until I land in the location, and I actually only have my first sip of a Monster when I was on the first bus. So like I was awake for like 4 or 5 hours maybe before I had my first bit of caffeine, and actually that does help. I don't like having caffeine like immediately when I wake up. I always like to delay it as much as possible.
That kind of monster fucked me up. The one that I had at the start of the drive.
Oh, did you drink? Oh shit, yeah.
It was what 5:30
On the
p.m.
way back, yeah.
It was 5:30 p.m. I was like, it's not gonna do me very well, but I really need this to be able to drive for 3 hours and then just work straight for 3 hours because Brandon was taking over the rest of the drive, and I had barely drank any water because I was helping doing your glaze and your tanning. I'd lost my water. I'm screaming at you when you're on stage. I was buzzing when you were on stage. I'm fucking giving it loudy, and then after that, it's like give you your birthday presents, say bye to everyone, everything like that. Forgot to go in and get another bottle of water and dehydrated to fuck. Kind of monster. And I started driving. It's maybe been what half an hour, 45 minutes, if that. I was dropping Matt off at the airport, and my front left tire was going down in pressure. And it felt like a little bit bumpy. It's like right, I need to find somewhere to go put air in it. And I opened the door and I stood out. On my right quad just went entirely cramping to fuck, and both of my legs started seizing up. I'm like, holy shit, I'm so dehydrated. It was that monster that set me off because I was fucked, and then the monster as well just really did not help. So I had to go get a big 2 litre bottle of water and pretty much slam that down me. Thankfully, it didn't make me piss myself in the car, so that was ideal. But yeah, I find that sometimes in monsters that they really do make me feel quite a bit more dehydrated, which is why I try and avoid them again as well.
Yeah. Matt, you have Rise and Shine in the morning, right?
Yeah. I don't really count that as caffeine, to be fair.
I know, I'm the same. Like I always think like I'll delay my caffeine, but then I'm realizing I haven't delayed my caffeine because I have had Rise and Shine.
But it's slow release though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll have that through the morning, like the first like 2-3 hours, and then I'll have like a coffee then.
That's what I put in my sheets. Like, see when it says the caffeine section, every day is 50 milligrams. But then, like, if it's some training days, it'll go up to 150 because I usually have like 100 milligrams pre-workout. If I have much more than 150 milligrams pre-workout, then I'm fucked. Like, during the session, I'm anxious as shit. Like,
That's mental, like, it's not a lot that.
yeah,
I have like about 400 a day.
fuck that. I'd be
But this is the issue. It's like if I try and pull that down to like resensitize myself to it, I'm going to struggle so much with work and like traveling and training. So I'm just like I'm scared. I just want to keep it the same.
Do you still use, what are they called, Zins or something? I don't know what the name is for them.
No, I've actually cut back on them. But
Nice.
they're actually good for focus, mate. If you're struggling with work,
That's why
pop them
you're
in.
using them. Yeah, just get addicted to nicotine.
Yeah,
But again,
just-
it's a stimulant, isn't it? It takes away
Yeah.
from your sleep, your ability to get into that parasympathetic state.
exactly.
I'd rather just not dive into that than stay
Yeah.
free of it.
Right, let's go through this post because I've had it on Ben for however long. Matt, do you want to talk
Ben
through?
Hall.
Do you want to talk through your clients? We won't go through
Ben Hall.
Ben Hall, yeah.
Ben Hall.
We'll go through the clients.
We can get mine through mine pretty quick.
Yeah,
So, Ben winning first place in novice bodybuilding, which was a massive. It was like a really good class. It always is, but like that was a
wild result for him.
yeah, that was like an incredible result. He was just like perfect level of condition, good enough level of muscle mass, peaked really really well, posed really well, and like yeah, I was absolutely buzzing for him. Obviously, with that, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed from other clients, and like Charlie coming third and stuff. But because I've worked with Ben. Like Ben literally inquired around this time last year, and did a session and was like, "Oh, I'm coming back to you." Like when I was closer to the shows, and like the photos he sent me to begin with, I flipped back through them and I was like, "There is no way you would ever think this guy was going to win a class."
yeah.
And beat somebody as good as like Charlie, for example. It's mental, but it just goes to show like posing goes a long way, but also like your conditioning like will take you far within these shows. Like I think that's the one standout thing from the show. It was like everybody who won was extremely conditioned.
Yeah.
So
Apart from
Not everybody.
apart from but you
only
came up against
outlier.
Sergio Oliva, like you had to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Richard. Then we had Richard, first place novice classic, second place junior classic, which once again absolutely buzzing with. Like seeing him in the physique club back like this time last year, once again, never thought he would win a bodybuilding show. And I remember he started, so with Richard, he just sends me photos once a week, no posing calls or anything, and he just takes on board the feedback. I remember saying to him in one of the check-ins, I was like, mate, you actually really are starting to look like a bodybuilder now.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking really, really good. And as the weeks came in, it was like he was just getting bigger and leaner. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I was really, really pleased for him, and obviously trains at the physique club.
I looked at his Instagram, and like all it was just like the kind of, I don't know if I was just in the reels section or what, but it was just like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you look at 10 weeks out versus now, and it's just bonkers. Like how much everything's came to life and how much he's came through. His quads are skinned. That right one doesn't stay on as much. I think you were saying.
Nah, like I've worked on it. It's like, yeah. There's like my muscle connection to it.
Yeah, his condition was nasty. Really, really good.
Then we had Finn, but we'll touch on you after. And then Charlie third, which I suppose a little bit disappointing because we obviously get on so well with Charlie. We want him to do well, but I think it maybe, I don't know. It's just kind of what the judges were wanting that day. Like
I think he was the most overwhelming, like
Yeah.
the biggest, but his conditioning is just that little bit off. He's not inside out, and like he knows that, and I've said that to him. Like, but also he's not been in the headspace to dig, and when I've tried to dig, and he's tried to dig, his body and his head has completely fought against us. So it's been like, right, mate, we're not going to benefit from digging. Let's just focus on trying to enjoy the process, being more relaxed, being sort of as fresh as we can, focus on your training. And I think he'll bring a better, sharper look to this next weekend as well. Just from his head is in a much better place. He's taking the pressure off a lot. He's a lot more relaxed, and I'm glad that he's done that because that's what's been holding him back is just unnecessary pressure. Some of that I'll take the blame for because I've told him he's good because he is. Yeah, I mean, none of us are bullshitting him. Charlie's fucking mint. He just has put too much pressure on himself, and that's then impacted his ability to enjoy the process and keep himself in. Again, he's been in a sympathetic state 24/7 for weeks and weeks and weeks. No matter what we try and do, even when we feed him up, he's obviously a bit better. When we freshen him up, he's a bit better. But then you go back to digging a little bit, 1-2 days, and he's like can't do it. In terms of like he's doing it, but his body's fighting him. So. Yeah, I'm excited for the look for the WMBF because we're just carrying on like a linear load basically, and then I'll taper him off towards the back end of the week. And he's on later in the day, which I think will do him good because he can be more relaxed through the day rather than stressing about getting him on in the first class.
Then we had Giuseppe, first ever show, coming away with third place in the lightweight bodybuilding. So really happy for him. Like he's not the biggest of guys, both like muscle mass, but also structurally. Like he's quite small, but posed really, really well. Like honestly, the work that he has put in has been ridiculous. Like he's someone who's been doing, his starting point wasn't amazing, and he's been doing like double cardio sessions on top of PTing during the day, and he's still posing like 3 rounds. So like I've got so much respect for him. So yeah, was really pleased for him. And then we had Paolo coming away with 4th in the heavyweights. Posed a little bit better than the PCA, which I just think was yeah, so he only had 1 meal before getting on stage, and it was just protein fat. So they tried to keep him like nice and sharp, and I think it did help, but he was just completely fucked because of it, with only
his legs were a lot more alive this time as well. Like they literally looked twice the size from what I'd seen when he was at PCA. Everything just looked a lot better and popped more.
And obviously that was a very good class, so to come away with 4th place is nothing to be disappointed by. Then we had Cahill 4th in juniors, once again, unbelievable class.
Great.
Shame we don't have no on here, but the morning shots I said to Noah, I messaged him like, holy shit, he looks absolutely incredible here, and it translated really well to the stage. So.
Another very strong class as well. Like I didn't see it, but Noah showed me some photos of the other guys that are in that as well. And 5th and 6th were no joke too. It was a very strong class.
And then Harry, do you want to touch on Harry?
Yeah, mate. Look, he hit out with this fucking kneel inside tricep, and I was like, "Go on, son." It was a great shot. He hit that in his post routine, and I was like, "That's lovely." a wee slip on the way down for, but once he was into it, spot on. Yeah, he looked really good. More than happy with how the look was. Peak was pretty good. You know, it just came to life a little bit more. Had the shit yourself protocol, the well known, and what was it? 3 for 3. It's worked on me. It's worked on Harry, and it's worked on you, Matt.
Yep.
So his final meal the night before, they pretty much just shat it back out. There was nothing different to the normal. It might have just been a little bit of nerves and stress. I've been there before, and that's kind of what caused it to happen with me. But he woke up the next day, fucking super sharp on show day morning. I was like, spot on. Like, you look super tight. Everything's good. So I'm just going to add a bit more food in. Soaked it up nicely. And yeah, it was a great look on stage. He kind of popped out well. His glaze, everything was looking really good, and again these shots I'm super happy with. So yeah, done very good. Some pose improvements as well, definitely did make a difference. So yeah, really happy with that. Lewis as well, obviously we've kind of spoke on this ourselves and we put it on Instagram a little bit. Not Lewis's best look due to stress, pressure, him getting in his own head a little bit with switching his legs on and then overthinking that too much. He was pumping up kind of too hard backstage, switching his legs on too much, too aroused, and it got to the point when he was on stage, he just couldn't really switch them on. He was saying he literally just couldn't really feel a great deal. So there was a bit too much pressure on himself and kind of pushing too hard backstage. Loading wise, you know, with the peak, I actually really liked the look the day before. I wanted to sort of maintain that, but there was just a little bit too much food there and it ended up holding a little bit more water. So we know what to improve on with that. We've got WMBF this weekend, so definitely an improved look. A little bit disappointed to not come away with the the top 5, sorry. But, you know, when you're not on it 100% and there's an extremely competitive class, that's just how it is. So we'll learn, we improve from it, and you know, it'll be good for him to, you know, because he's won his last 2 shows, and Brandon and I spoke about this with him, like, it kind of grounds you a little bit and realises, like, fuck, I'm not invincible, and I still have a lot of improvements and work to do.
More from that than the wins.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, like, with the Natural Olympia, when I got fucking 3rd call out, I was like, holy shit. Like, there is levels to this in a sense, and I'd been winning every show for my whole season, then ended on a 3rd call out. It was like, I should be miserable with that, but I was like, nah, fuck it. You know, like, I'm obviously a bit disappointed. I wanted to do well and I wanted to go up against these guys and do good, but it made me realise, like, fuck, there's more work to be done. I can be better, and it allows you to be able to push forwards with that. So, yeah, definitely lessons learned, but we're going to be better this weekend, and I'm excited for it.
And then had Luke, which is Meg's client, wrapping up his season. So Luke came to me, never posed before, like literally had not hit a single pose. So to be able to get him hitting poses like this on stage was one of my proudest transformations. So yeah, I was really pleased for him. Obviously, very busy class in novice, so sadly didn't come away with top 5. And then we had Kieran. Kieran, he got first call out, didn't he?
Yeah, Luke did as well.
Did Luke?
Well, maybe Luke got moved in after. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Kieran got first call out. Like, to be fair, I think Kieran did the absolute best he could. He got the best result he could. He was peeled, probably one of the leanest out, maybe in the top 3 condition wise. His shape was really good for the muscle mass that he has and the structure that he has. He posed really well. Like, I was really happy with it, and he's actually looking even better this week, just with more time to load him up. He's somebody who came to me 4 weeks out, was pretty much not far off, like pushed him a little bit, and I say pushed him, like it's not even needing to push, just literally baseline food for a few days, give him a high day, new low again, baseline food, give him a high day, fill him up, new low again. And then I gave him a good 3 days worth of loading and like a good amount of food as well. It was like pretty much 500, 600, 700. And he was gaining weight and like gaining fullness, but just literally still so sharp. So yeah, and then I'm basically like linear loading him now, and he's just getting fuller and looking better. And then we'll just dry him off sort of towards the back end of this week, and I think he'll be really good for WMBF. Obviously, it's just a shame that he's not going to be in the first timer class at WMBF because he's now done this show, and this wasn't a first timer class, this was a novice class. I think in a first timer class he'd be right up there because you don't see many first timers with that condition. So yeah, really happy with Kieran, and his posing, he picks up posing quickly, doesn't he?
Mate, literally, like, I think I've only had 2 calls with him, and he's remembered every single thing. It has been ridiculous. Like, he's one of those people, he just gets information in his head and he just remembers it. He's like so switched on, so smart.
He is
So
good.
that obviously makes a big difference.
Lovely guy as well.
Oh,
Like
it's so nice.
backstage, like just thanking me for helping him out and stuff, and like kept thanking me. I was like, mate, it's okay. Like, I'm
He's
happy
so
to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's an absolute G.
Good guy. So Finley Thornton as well. Obviously, he wasn't on Matt's like posing list. I know you've given him some tweaks, haven't you? But you haven't had like actual sessions with him. I'll send you a photo and say what do you think, and then I'll relay it, or you'll relay it. But yeah, Finley like looked great. He did the teen bodybuilding class, came third, and then he also did the junior classic class and came third. Finley's done 4 shows with myself, and he's been third in every single one, which is like frustrating because he's so good. Like he's really, really good, but he just comes up against like really good athletes. To be fair, like he's been beaten in the past by it was that Presley and it was the massive Will that was 18. Willpower. So they're the only people that beat him that year. And then this year he's been beaten by this guy. What's his name again? Vili,
yeah.
And then Ben Anderson, who was also in great condition. And then for teens, it was definitely a sharper look. We put a little bit more food in between teens and classic, and he looked really good. He looked really full, but not quite as sharp. And then obviously they went for a bit more condition. And like I said, I don't think it was necessarily so much that the food between the classes. It was more so being on his feet for a long time, pumping up. And then they went on stage, or they were going to go on stage, and then they got told, oh, there's actually a 40-minute break, so he had to come back out. Like you can see, I know it's different lighting and everything, but you can see the difference in condition from his teen class and just being sharper and fresher, not being on his feet as much. He's still got more to come in the next couple of weeks. That's the plan for the DFBA, and he'll be really, really good for that. And he's going to be doing the junior classic in that. But yeah, you can see, I know it's a different setup in terms of the photos, but he was definitely sharper for the teen class, which made sense. It just being earlier in the morning, and less food had gone in and less time on his feet and stuff. But yeah, really happy with the look for the teen class, and a really nice look for the classic class. Just a little bit on the softer side. And they obviously went for a couple of the more conditioned boys. Type my own name in. That's not going to work, is it?
Go on, son.
Right, I'll let you boys talk about me, because you're the ones that you can see me on stage. I can't see myself. I'll chip in with how the show day went.
Yeah, Finn's so amazing. Finn's so great.
Finn looked shite.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah, mate, he did look fucking wild. To be fair, like again, as soon as you came out, you like hit before you go into your before you go into your front relaxed, sorry, hit like that wee fucking most muscular. You get right into it as well. Like you're quite passionate with your posing on stage and like just enjoy it, and that made me all excited. As fucking come on, giving it big claps and shouting for you. So yeah, I thought you looked brilliant. Tan obviously a lot better this time. I think I remember you saying to me in the toilet, "Oh, my fucking tan's dark again."
It was dark again, but like I got photos outside, and it was just the lighting was not great. But like I got photos outside, and I literally looked as dark as PCA, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And like lost my head a little bit. I was like, "How can I be this dark again?" And then obviously it wasn't that bad. It was fine.
Yeah, because I went and took those photos of you outside.
Yeah, after that my head was back on.
When you're in the sun, like, because I said to you, mate, look at these shots, and you're like, I don't even know if I want to look at them. I was like, fucking look at these shots because you look really good in them. I want to try to give you a bit of confidence. And then when you were pumping up, and it was at that wee mirror spot, have you got those photos yet? Because they must look pretty nasty.
No.
Professional ones, they'll look really cool. When you were sat there with that mirror and then the sun was hitting you, you already got a bit of a...
taking photos or video.
No, it might have been.
I think Matt got some photos.
I think Matt got some good photos, but like in person, looking at that, I was like, oh, I knew it was on. I knew big Adam Mola was going to be in the class.
It was when I was stood there. Yeah,
it was not. It was when you started doing those poses. I was like, oh shit, here we go. This is
very good. Like legs very sharp as well. Everything was coming to life. Everything was looking very good. We knew obviously Bobby would be in the class, Adamola, Bobby being a pro in men's physique with good legs as well. Like it's not as if you can see there his glutes are pretty damn lean.
He's a better bodybuilder than men's physique athlete.
You think?
Yeah.
I think he will be. but not quite yet.
Not yet.
Because he was only training legs once a week. I was speaking to him. He was only training legs once a week beforehand, and he started to do them twice a week and actually give him a bit of beans. But that's been for the past 6 months to a year since the NBW. So like that's not been a lot of time. His quads weren't quite as conditioned as say his hamstrings or his glutes. Sorry, but again that's just a muscularity side of things. And Big Ademola was fucking crazy. I don't even think he got a pump backstage.
He was stood in that corner in his VQ fit, and he was just like looking around him, and I was like, he's not gonna pump up. He's not gonna pump up, and I was all buzzing about it, and then he just like whipped off his t-shirt and his joggers like 5 minutes before, got glazed, maybe did a couple of push-ups or something. But then when he walked out, I was like, oh shit, his legs are actually in condition.
So this is the thing as well, like, as he came out and you looked really fucking good, Finn, you'd already got into a really good spot. I was like, oh god, here we go. Finn's really in for this. But then as he posed, he started to get warmer, he started to get bigger, and I was like, oh shit. Like, it really started to go to both of yous, and then they were moving yous about. Then I was like that to Meg, I was in 1%. When I ran out of storage, so I ran through to go put my phone back on charge, and I looked at the TV and they'd put you in the middle, and I was at like the random guy next to me, he's in the middle, so I run back and I'm shouting for you as well. But yeah, like, it's a difficult one. Meg was pretty convinced that you were going to win. I was like, there's a
have better than anyone in the world.
she was like, he's got it, doesn't he? Like, he's easily got that. And I'm just looking at this fella here like that.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
So right, obviously going into the show, I knew that Ademola was doing it right, and I'm thinking I'm not going to be a heavyweight, I'm a middleweight. So all I'm thinking is, realistically, my main competition is Morgan.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's no disrespect to anybody else. I just didn't really know anyone else that would be doing it, and I knew that I'd be against Morgan. I've been against Morgan before. I think he's really good, and he looks great this year. He's done really well. So I'm thinking, right, I'm in middleweights. I'll be against Morgan, and then obviously I've not needed to drop into the middleweights. Like, we haven't tried to fill me up to be in the heavies. Like, I'm just, at that time of day, I'm above 80 kilos. Like, just with a normal meal in and some fluid. Like, I was 81.5. So it's like, oh shit, I'm just a heavyweight, which is crazy. And like I said on my story, like, to me, that's the best part. Forget the result. Like, forget that I was close with Ademola. The fact I'm a heavyweight, what the fuck? I'm not a heavyweight. I see myself as a small child, like we all probably do. Like, you do though, don't you? You know what I mean? Like, especially you, Josh. Like, I don't know about you, Matt, but I know that you do, Josh, because you've always been a skinny kid, and I was the same. You know what I mean? So like, you see yourself as that. How the fuck am I a heavyweight bodybuilder? I'm not, but I obviously was, which is weird. But then obviously I'm thinking, right, okay, that means I'm against Ademola. And I'm thinking, I can beat this guy just based on condition, yeah? Because I'm thinking, I don't think he's in condition. I didn't know whether he was in condition. I'd not seen his legs because he wasn't posting them on.
Because he only posts his upper body, and it's again like, just with lighting and everything, you're thinking, what?
Obviously, I know he's huge. Yeah. But I'm thinking, I think I can beat this guy. Like, backstage, I've not seen him pump up or anything, and he's huge. But I'm thinking, this is Ukdfba. They favour
the show on how the results were going. I was
exactly,
like, condition is winning here.
So I was thinking, I think I could win this. I was thinking, Bobby's peeled. I know Bobby's peeled, and I didn't know the other lads in the class. So I wasn't thinking I'm going to win at all. Like, again, I'm usually very pessimistic, but I knew I looked pretty good and I felt pretty good and I had a decent pump, and I was like, I think I can do all right. Like, based on how I looked at the overall at PCA, I was pretty happy with that, and I thought, okay, I know I'm a bit better and a bit sharper. My tan's better. I've got a proper pump now because I didn't get a pump for my class in the PCA. Thinking I can do all right here. And then obviously I was in that first 5 call out, just numerical, was like the top 5 pretty much, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. I only know the top 3. It was.
Well, Paolo was in this first call out as well, I'm sure. Yeah. This was the first 5, like, just numerical, was really good. It was me, Bobby, Ademola. I think it was Zach and maybe Billy. Yeah, maybe. So it was still like 4 of the top 5. And I thought that as soon as we were walking out, I thought, oh fuck, this is like, these are quite good, these 4. Like, this is the best lineup I've ever been in for sure. Like, so yeah, I was thinking like, I might actually struggle here. And then obviously we did the first round. They called out, at first call out, they called out Ademola. And then I'm thinking, fuck. And I'm just thinking, say 79, say 79, say 79. And then they said 79 second, and I was like, right, here we go, like, I'm in. And then obviously it was like, people were like, I could hear AJ going like, Finn, you can like this is where you move forward like from the side. When I went into the side pose, he was like, this is where you edge your head, and I was like, I must be doing all right here. Like I can't tell, I can't see.
Yeah.
But if people are saying like, let's go Finn, and like, I hear a lot of people like getting quite into it. The crowd were quite up for it. It was good.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe I'm like pushing him. And again, no disrespect to him, he's fucking incredible. But I thought like when I was looking at him pose next to me, I was thinking, I know I'm sharper than that. I know I'm a lot sharper than him. Like through his glutes and hamstrings, I wasn't looking at much else. His midsection, obviously, he's huge. He's got like over 10 kilos of stage weight on me. But I was thinking, I don't know. Like I know they like condition, so that's what I was thinking. Like let's just keep working, because we got worked quite hard. Then obviously I ended up coming second after they put me in the middle at the end. I did think that I was going to be second after they put me in the middle. I thought this has happened to me before. It happened against what's his name? The guy that beat me, Charlie Neal, that beat me a couple of times last season. Yeah. They did that with me then. They put me in the middle right at the end, and then I still came second. And I was like, I think they've done it again. They did, which was fine. Came second. Obviously, I was a bit like, that's a shame because they put me in the middle at the end. But then, like, I didn't look at stage photos for the whole rest of the day because I didn't want to because I thought I'd just pull myself apart. Like, I thought I'd literally just be like, fucking hell, I look shit. I look tiny compared to him. Why am I even competing? But I looked at the stage photos and Megan was like, honestly, mate, like, look at the photos. Like, you'll like them. And I just waited because I wanted to see my dad. I wanted to see you boys. You obviously gave me the presents. We got photos and stuff. And I was like, okay, right. Let's look at the photos when we got back and we'd had our last meal and stuff. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I'm actually not that bad. Like, I actually was like, what the fuck? Like, and I was looking through them and I was thinking, shit, I'm surprised that I didn't. I could have won that. Like, I'm not saying I should have because he's a joke. He deserved to win 100%. He's crazy. And when I watched the overall, I was like, fucking hell, he is crazy. Like, this is what I was saying to Megan. I was like, I must have looked awful stood next to him. She was like, no, you didn't. I'm like, he's ridiculous. I was like, even Zach. In the overall, I was like, Zach is miles better than me. She was like, no, he's not. He just came fifth in your class and you came second. I'm like, no, he's crazy. She's like, so are you. You're good. Like, I think Zach is really, really good. Like, I was watching him on the overall, and I was like, Zach's, like, top three in his overall.
He was sharper in the overall, like, I thought considerably.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it might just be because I was too focused on you and Adamola and Bobby, but, like, because I was looking at Zach in the overall, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, I don't know if he was just sharper there, or if it was that I wasn't looking at him as much, but he is really, really good. Again, he's, like, 90 kg as a junior.
Mate, he's so good.
Bonkers.
Zach with a H. Golding, isn't it? Honestly, anyway, I was watching the overall.
Can't find him.
Just going to Jacob Tippers.
He's blocked you, mate, after you beat him. That's what it was. Yeah, so I was just going to Jacob's and stuff.
I was literally messaging him like today or yesterday.
Yeah,
but anyway, shout out to Zach. He's really, really good. Oh, it's just ZAK. He's really good. I don't follow him. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with him. Like, backstage, I was like, Jesus Christ, he's good. Like, he's going to be hard to beat. And in the overall, I thought he was really impressive. So, fair play to Zach. But yeah, it was Leon Campbell that was in the middleweights. When I saw Leon Campbell turned up, I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to be in the heavies and he's going to beat me, 100%. I was like, I know how good Leon is.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not beating Leon Campbell. Like, no chance. Obviously, he ended up being the middleweights. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, you're a middleweight? He was like, yeah, I'm 79 kilos. I was like, oh, shit.
That's crazy. Look how fucking dense he is.
Yeah. I was like, right, I guess I won't be against you then. But he was backstage, and again, like, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, he is, in my opinion, a bit freakier than Adamola because he's shorter and like denser and probably a bit more complete and was a bit more conditioned. But when they posed side by side, Adamola did just look overpowering, especially from the front. Adamola from the front is ridiculous.
Yes.
From the side and from the back, if he pulls off a few kilos,
is like his muscle mass from the back is ridiculous, but it's because he doesn't have that condition that the muscle doesn't come through as well.
Yeah,
he does just look soft.
If he was as conditioned everywhere as his quads, I honestly think he's like unbeatable even in like.
Imagine him at 100% versus Babacar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that level. He's that.
I said to him like, I said a congrats to him. I was like, mate, if everything is 100% there, you are possibly going to be one of the best natural bodybuilders of all time.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to push him the most on that day, I said this to Matt. I was like, if Finn wasn't that overall, I wonder who would win between Finn and Leon. It's a difficult one because you're both shit hot, but you pushed Adamola more than Leon pushed him. You know, like that's wild, fucking crazy. And again, Leon's like a veteran, and he's always just that guy that's just bonkers at the show. But he wouldn't have made you look small. You know, like you guys are similar weight. You're dense as shit as well. You know, like you two are pretty similar. So
It's wild, isn't it? That is mental.
I know you just don't. You really don't believe it, and it's
I,
mad.
to be fair, and I said this to Megan, I put it on my Instagram post. Like after looking at the photos from this weekend, I do believe in myself a little bit more. I'm still not like, I know I'm not as good as Leon. I'm not. I'm not as good as Anamola. I'm not. I was sharper than them, and that plays a big role. And I was peaked really well, and I've handled myself as a bodybuilder so well this year. Like that's what I'm most impressed with is how I've been able to preserve the tissue that I've got. And I think that's what people don't realize is people see me as 2023 me and think he's not very good, which is understandable because I wasn't. But that's because I buried myself. Like me, if I hadn't have buried myself in 2023, I'm not that bad. You know what I mean? I'm not
I don't
amazing.
think people view you as 2023.
Not anymore for sure. Not after that.
Definitely not now. Like, but I think like people knew that you just pushed too hard.
Yeah.
So they
But I
knew
think
that
I've
wasn't
probably
gonna be
surprised
realistic.
people like this year more that they're like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, for me, it's not that I haven't made that much progress. It's just that I've preserved it better. You know what I mean?
I think
It's
you've
not like
made a lot of progress though. Like you've always been like relatively strong, but like I've thought, fuck me, I'm getting quite strong here. And then I'll go train with you, and I'll be like, oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
not. You know, like throughout the gaining phases, like I don't think you give yourself enough credit for that as well. Like I was going to say a 6 plate pendulum, but you got it for 1 rep, didn't you? There's some mad shit that you do in the gym, and like the stuff that you never would post about, like you didn't really put up much, and stuff that I post a good amount that I'm happy with these things, and then you just go and fuck me on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, like you have got a lot stronger, you have got a lot bigger, and obviously you've retained your tissue, and it just sits on your physique nicely. Like everything's just good and bubbly. Like yes, your back, and I used to rip the piss out of you for your back not being as good, but it doesn't look disproportionate. You know, like when you're hitting these shots, and it doesn't, you don't turn to the rear and you're like, oh fucking hell, he's wank. You know, like it's still definitely a weaker point, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was in 2023 because, you know, that's your weaker body part, and the flatter and the more dead you are, the more that's going to show. Like it doesn't show anywhere near as much, but from the front and from the side, like bonkers, mate. Honestly, like some of the shots that you were hitting, we were all just sat there like, fuck, that's crazy, you know? Like, again, I was super, like, hyped up for it because you did look so good. And again, Adamola, there's some weaker areas, like for yourself, yes, your back is a little bit weaker, but his midsection, like when he's hitting a front lat and stuff like this, there's a lot of space there. His leg from the sides, you know, there's not as much condition from the rear. His glaze, you know, stuff like that, like everything was very much there for you, and it looked really good. But Adamola again, if he does do everything that he should do, like you know, pumping up and making sure his glaze is spot on, his quads fucking hell. Like
That's
Also,
the argument. So, go on.
Adamolo's self-coached, by the way. So for him to get himself into this condition by himself is outrageous because we've just spoken about you self-coaching and the difficulties you had back in 2023. He's done this by himself. So fucking hats off to him because
it's
that's
not me saying that he's out of condition. By the way,
Yeah.
like he was mint. Like he was really good. But I'm just saying Finn, from like all angles, did not have as many like weaker points just due to the condition, the experience that you've got obviously with lots of natural bodybuilding, coaching a lot of people, posing as well. You know, Adamola could definitely improve on like his posing. Like he was too far back here. His hips were too far forwards. You know, like everything there. There is slight improvements. He is an absolute freak. You know, look at that. That's crazy. The similarities within that. But yeah, you at your best, you know, were able to push him, and that's crazy.
Yeah, that's it. We're not saying that he's not ridiculous. We're saying that's me pretty much at my best. I think I know I can get a bit sharper and I will be a bit better for upcoming shows, but I'm not far off. whereas he's still got a good amount of room to improve from here, which is crazy because he's going to be insane.
I think he's just doing the British finals in 12 weeks. So I was looking at a story. He said he's having like a week off, and then he's going back into prep, getting ready for British finals.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll do very well. But yeah, mate, you smashed it. Looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, mate. But yeah, he's like I say. I would like obviously when we do like a side chest, I'd look at him and I'd think like, I know he's huge, but like I'm searching for his weaknesses. You know what I mean? I'm looking, thinking like I'm sharper than him, but like yeah, mate, he's fucking twice as big as you. Like,
Meg was like, he's got it. I was like, it's his quads. See if his quads were the same as his glutes and his hamstrings, like they
Then
weren't
I'd have
super
won.
sharp and like they weren't overly developed, I'd be like, fucking hell, Finn's like extremely close here. But his quads are so lean and so big and so round.
Mate, I think if his quads were the same condition as his glutes, hamstrings, midsection, I think it would have been not convincing that I would have won, but it would have been like, oh, the big guy, the black guy, he's massive, but he needs to be a bit sharper to win. But whereas it's like, no, he was still conditioned enough to win.
Now imagine his glutes and his hamstrings in the same condition that his quads are in. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
scary. Yeah, like,
This was him and Leo.
terrifying to think for the British finals.
The way I described it was like the gap in conditioning wasn't as big as the gap in muscle mass. Like he's just that big. Like
Because
he
the gap
like, your
was-
strong points are like chest and arms, but it's also his strong point. Like his arms are they're like legs.
His arms are twice as big as mine.
I know, and that's mental to think because your arms are twice as big as mine. So it's like imagine I stood beside him.
That's the thing, the gap in condition from the front, like there wasn't a huge amount because his quads were so sharp and stuff. It was only from the side and the rear. If the gap was there from the front as well, that's when it again is very, very debatable for all Finn should have possibly won that. But again, it's
Can we just say as well, like the standard of the entire show was really good. Like really, really good. Like better than I remember any early show.
yeah.
It was like a British finals level standard.
Yeah, it was pretty mad. As you say, like the condition standards throughout, and even again muscularity, like for early shows especially, because early shows you usually see people being maybe a little bit out of shape, or there's not as high of a standard of athletes for that to be an early show. Now that they run the Heart of England early in the year, it's pretty mad. I feel like that's a step up from what we've seen over the past few shows. As it really starts, because I feel like that's the shows that people maybe work towards for the early season, like your Heart of England, your WNBF, PCA Naturals are still relatively new, you know, in general. So Heart of England and the WNBF have been about a longer time. So yeah, that was a good
Final
show. Very
point.
good.
Yeah, final point. It was a really good show. Fair play to Ukdfba and Christian for the first time running it. It was really good. Like I felt like I got plenty of stage time. I felt like all my clients did. It was well ran for the most part. Like. And Christian might not like me saying this, but it did go on late. Like I think they finished at like 11, right? Or I obviously wasn't there till then, but I know it finished late. And all I would say is just, in my opinion, if the show started earlier, it would just be better. Like I don't think they need to start at 11. I think if you start at 9 and finish at 9, that doesn't seem as crazy as starting at 11 and finishing at 11. You know what I mean? Like, I think a 12-hour show is still a long day, but I think fair play to all the judges and the staff and everyone for doing that is crazy. But finishing at 11, it's like, fucking hell, that's late. You know what I mean? But it's like, well, if you started a couple of hours earlier, you'd have finished at 8, 9 instead of 10, 11. I think that's the only thing I'd say that could have been better. I think they gave everyone great stage time. I know there was a couple of like breaks that we weren't expecting and stuff. And I wasn't there for bikini and physique and everything. But that's all I'd say is I think if they started the show earlier and finished earlier, I think that would work better for everybody, but I don't know the logistics. There must be a reason why they start at 11.
Yeah, you never know if it's the technical side of things with the stage, the lighting, the music.
The venue might not open till 10. You know what I mean? They might be like, you can't come in till 10. I don't
I
know.
do think that
Or the registration
I
would come
competed with the UKDFPA. Like I just remember like all of my shows, me being on stage at 9 because Teens was always first, and I'd be on stage 9 a.m, 9:30 a.m at the latest. So I feel like it's always been like that, and I don't know if they're just going to move that back because that's what PCA do, kind of like 10:30 a.m. I don't know if it again.
PCA do it based on how busy the show is. Some of the shows start at 9. Some of
I
them
was
start
about to
at
say like moving forwards, I think people know that this is one of the big shows, and there's going to be a lot of entries now.
Yeah.
So
It was very busy.
potentially splitting across like 2 days, is that something that's feasible?
Maybe.
Obviously, it's more money for the federation, but I think
Yeah, if you do like physique and the bikini on one day, and the bodybuilding and the figure on one day.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think that would be.
Physique, bikini, busy.
yeah. There's
Well,
got to be a lot of people competing in general for that show. I wonder what the numbers were.
I know there was men's physique guys who had to be there for 9 o'clock to register, and then they were like, "Well, we've checked out of our Airbnb. We just have to sit and wait." And obviously, they don't know when they're going to be on, and it's just like time's going ticking and going on, and then they end up getting on stage at like 9 o'clock.
It's hard to speak for that point, isn't it?
It was
Yeah.
rough. Yeah.
10 p.m.
But it was still a fantastic show.
Yeah, it was. That's just literally the one downside, and it's hard to manage it because it's a busy show, and I get it. They want to give everyone stage time and don't want to rush people, and I completely get that. Like,
I think they've got like scorecards as well, so like they need to make sure that everything is fully legitimate with that, and that everything's
Yeah.
kind of recorded. It'd be easy to go through and like, oh, that's the results, and they can give people feedback based on, oh, I remember what you look like, or this is what I think. But to have it all actually written down and stored away and everything there, I feel like that will take a little bit more time to.
but
Yeah.
all in all, really good day, good weekend, good show. Excited for the DFBA.
I was going to say, what's next for you?
DFBA, not this weekend, next weekend. Obviously, I've got WMBF this weekend with clients. So I've got Charlie, Aidan, Matt, and Kieran doing that. We've got Cahill as well, Noah's client, and then we've got Lewis and Harry, Josh's client. So we've got a big team going to the WMBF, which I'm excited for. I always like the WMBF shows. And then the following weekend, I'm competing at the DFBA with Megan. So both of us are competing, which will be nice. Us like sharing a show day. And like her mum and her partner Steve are coming, and my mum and my mum's sort of side of the family are coming. So that'll be nice for them to meet. So it'll just be a nice day, and like hopefully I'll get a decent result there. Because not that second to Adamola was a decent result. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I feel like how I looked
It warrants a first place, doesn't
not get to not get a win, or I'm not saying I deserve to win a pro card or anything. I don't like it, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But with how I looked, I feel like, oh shit, I'm really happy with that look. To then get second when I looked worse at PCA and win, you know what I mean? It's like, but again, this is why, as I say to all my clients, the result is irrelevant. Like, do the best that you can, make sure that you're happy with the work that you've put in, and you'll be happy. That's it. Even if I'd have come fifth in that class with those stage photos, I'd have been happy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been like fifth. I'd have been like, fucking hell, I look pretty good. I'm really happy with those. I just got beat by 4 better people. Fair play. Like, that's it. So, yeah. And then we go to Budapest for the World Championships.
No,
And then, based on how I'm feeling, there's maybe some that I'll do when I get back.
based on your testosterone levels.
Oh, my testosterone's low, but mate, I feel fine. Like, my testosterone's low based on my blood work. My sex drive isn't high, but neither's Megan's. We're both tired at the end of the day. But my performance is good. I know that I'm not deteriorating, and I know I won't let myself deteriorate. The second I feel like I'm dragging and looking worse or feeling worse, I'll just be like, let's pull this prep, or give me a couple of high days, I'll be sound. Like, that's literally where my head's at. I don't really need to be leaner. I'll get leaner just through spending a bit more time here and training well, and little posing tweaks that I've already spoke with Matt about that I know I can improve.
Your posing was really good, by the way.
Thank you, mate.
I was shitting myself when you went in the second round. I was like, that's him done. That's him done.
Hey, so Nicola was at the side of the stage looking at us going, you all right? Like, do you want dabbing down or anything? And I was literally dying for a drink. Like, I was thinking, I'm going to pass out when because I know there was going to be another round.
Oh.
And Christian obviously said, if you three, because he'd put me, Adamola and Bobby back, he said, if you three want to go get dabbed down, that's fine. And I was like, thank fuck. So I was like, oh, sound. And then I was like, Bobby, come on, mate. And I was like, Adamola, come on. So it didn't just look like it was me. I was like, yeah, we need to get dabbed down, all of us. I was like, come on. And then I literally, Nicola was there, and I was like, one sec. And I just had to down some water because I was fucked. And then, because we got time between, I recovered and I was fine. Like, my posing fitness felt all right, but I had just a really dry mouth because I'd posed hard. That was it. I just needed a drink, and then I was sound. But it was funny because I was like, come on, boys, we all need dabbing down. We all need.
I've seen that. I actually seen that. I've seen you like kind of like pat Bobby, like, come on, come on.
I was like, I'm not looking like the only one that's sweating. Adamo, I was like, you got to come off me.
Ideal.
But no, that was nice because then it was like for the rest of that call out, we all just chatted at the side with Nicola, so that was quite nice. It was just like we were all having a bit of a chat and like catching our breath, having a bit of a drink, and then went back on. And I needed that because I was fucked. But then afterwards, I felt all right. Like it's almost like the adrenaline just gets you, and you just do it no matter what. I felt like I was shaking. But...
like literally a few times, but like really not that noticeable. And if it was, we all just screamed at you, and you were
yeah. And then I just drive my foot into the floor.
Yeah, just tear that quad even further.
To be fair, it's been alright. It's only when I really spike it. It's if I go onto my heel and I really spike it, it's like...
Your abs and thigh, you kept spiking that quad, but the other one looked better when you spiked it.
What, my right one?
Yeah, like you done it at one point when you hit something. I don't know if you hit like a most muscular of some sort, but like you spiked that quad and it was like, oh, that looks better. Maybe something to try out.
It's more so I put that left one forward because it makes me then focus on putting more pressure on it and keeping it on. If my left one's back and my right one's spiked, the right one will look better, but the left one might switch off.
Yeah, something to try out for sure. But yeah, all good. Nice episodes. We chat about the show. We'll be back next week with some updates on the WNBF. Maybe do a wee question box, do some daft shit as well. But we shall see. And Noah should be returning for that one. I might not be there for that one because I'm going away on holiday. It depends on the timing and what we're doing. But yeah, thank you all for listening. If you are on YouTube, please do like and subscribe, turn on notifications, all that stuff to help us out. If you're on Spotify, 5-star rating, follow. And yeah, that's us. So thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you in the next episodes.
Peace.
Yeah.